Honesty is the best policy. Honestly, I don't even have a rhyme for that. I just said it to remind myself of the fact that honesty is the best policy. Okay. My brain just doesn't seem to want to work the way that it's supposed to. My serotonin's left alone, and so is everyone I'm close to. This rapping bullshit's fun, but I can't pay my rental with it. You see, I've been mentally ill. Now I'm trying to get more mental with it. You see, I used to love making music. I was always in the studio grooving. I kept it moving. I was ready to do it. And then one day, I just stopped. And the penny didn't drop, but the mic did. 5 years later, 29 years old, I decided that I don't like this. So I sat down to write this. Took 9 months to write this. Took 9 months because I started the fight, but I really don't know how to fight this. There are so many things in my life that have happened I try not to think about or even acknowledge the notion. Like maybe if these things in my life hadn't happened, I wouldn't even have to acknowledge emotions. I try not to think about the time when I was 13 years old and I first told a girl that she looked pretty and she told me that I looked fat. So I went home and I ate my feelings and spent the next 10 years trying to cope with that. I try not to think about the time when I was 15 years old when I first got into this rap shit. So I rocked up to this black kid who was just walking outside of my school. I said, yo, you're my N-word, with a hard R, because I thought I sounded cool. I try not to think about the stupid fact that I used to rap with that American accent. I try not to think about all the times I've had my heart broken. I really try not to think about the couple hearts that I've broken. I try not to think about how much I love all three of my brothers and I don't speak to them enough and I see them even less and I don't feel like they deserve to be feeling all my stress, so I just avoid the conversations instead. Try not to think about it. I try not to think about how much of a disappointment I was to my mother for so many years, and even though she'll swear that's not true, I know that it is, and there's no way to make up for lost time with Mother Hen, so I just avoid the conversation again. Try not to think about it. I try not to think about the time when I was 9 years old, and the only time I was allowed up late enough to catch the news at 10 was to watch my father turn his plane up to 11 and fly that bird upside down into the fucking ground, and I already didn't believe in heaven. I try not to think about it. But when all that you're doing is running away from yourself, well then you've already ruined your chances of raising yourself. You're praying for help, but you're not helping yourself. Think you're protecting other people, but you've just been playing yourself. And your whole fucking life has been an act. You've just been playing yourself. So you run the fuck away and you hide. And all of a sudden you're 29. And the world kept on passing you by. So you think about the day that you died. And you wish that you could turn back time. And just leave your umbilical cord tied. But then you're hit with such a sudden fucking rush of energy that you can hardly believe that you were ever your enemy. You will not give up the fight, and you will become the light at the end of the tunnel, because you do deserve what's right. Now, to die by my own hand is something that I have never wished, but I understand how people in my position end up feeling like this. But honestly, there's no sense in death. It's a lottery. You already won the best prize that you could win. You're alive, and that's the shit, and you have a duty to yourself to stay alive because you exist. You'll get up, and you'll get down again. It's going to feel like you're going to drown again. But hold your head high and you'll float. Don't die, you're the GOAT. Take a look around at the world for long enough and you realize the world ain't broke. It's just that you are a little bit. So talk to a psychologist or somebody who's already on top of this. It's warm in this metropolis and there's room for all your sloppy shit. In the meantime, just do your best not to become some sort of an addict, because honestly, this might never, ever, 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 ever get better. But you will get better at it. Think about it.
Yeah, imagine growing up and clocking life in what it seems. Imagine growing up with pain, not knowing what it means. Imagine being the kid picked last at all the fucking team. Despite the pain, man, I always just believed up in my dream. I couldn't speak, man, I started and they laughed. I made my circle smaller, left the clutter in the past. I don't believe in luck, so I'm just hustling the graph. It's funny now I'm paid to speak. This life is just a blast. So go and ask all producers that have ever worked with me. The first to the studio and always laugh to fucking leave. My work ethic I perfected hardest on the scene. I'm shitting on these haters, I'll be farting on their dreams. So fuck cream, cause I ain't never do this for the money. I do this for the fact that when I rap they finally love me. I look up in the sky and wonder why I feel crazy. My two-pack mode and God knows can you save me? I ain't crazy, I'm just an average fella. Smack a fella, black and yellow with like one acapella. I use my words to come and tell you how I really feel. Put that 9-inch knife down, there's no need to kill. I put the R up in the real, I put the B up up in the boss. I might have started at the bottom, I'ma see you at the top. I'm proud of who I am, I take the game up in a lock. I'm just a Cambridge rapper drinking gin, I'm never drinking Voss. I'm bleeding every day and every page is like the therapy. The pain combined with change is the greatest fucking recipe. And people try and hate, but I don't let it get to me. It's all sound, cause when I'm down I write my best melodies to keep on fucking hating, bro. You can never take my flow, I'm making sounds all underground and even on the radio. And people love you when you're good, but when you're down they hate to know. I do my best, I never judge, that's always been my basic code. I hate to moan, but the truth is you're stupid. You think you gotta sell crack to rap and make music? I do this for the losers who never had to shoot clips, a product of my past, and I ain't never had to prove shit. I left my house a younger and embarked upon this journey. I've lived so many places, all the faces that I've learned you. And waking up early, you always catch the worm G. And fuck 10,000 hours, man, I must be clocking 30. I love all of my fans, you really all I got. We're on this road together, all just trying to reach the top. Anxiety's a bitch and in my mind I'm feeling fucked. When I was down and out, without a doubt, you helped me get back up. I post up on my stories when I'm really feeling down. You hit me in my DM saying how to flip my frown. If you cry and no one hears, did you even make a sound? And God knows showing love is what life is all about. I ain't no grand rapper claiming that I'm fine when it isn't. I'm an everyday man and that's the real fucking difference. So listen, I ain't here to try to make some quick bucks and spit about a strip club and how to get your dick sucked. I'm real to the bone, there ain't nobody like me. It's probably why these other rappers don't really like me. They spite me, it's probably why they all wanna fight me. I paint a vivid picture like my middle name was Spike Lee. I need my own space to feel safe, so just know bro, life is just a journey up and down like a pogo. And fuck chronic man, I'm trying to quit blowing crow bro. It's ironic man, I feel high when I'm so low, I'm so cold. Yeah, my heart feels black, I miss my granny so much, I wish he heard my tracks. If I could have one wish it'd be to bring him back, but he'd probably laugh and say, hey, what the fuck was that? And I missed that, I call it old generation honesty. I feel like being truthful is the greatest lost quality. And honestly, sometimes when I'm stuck up in hell, and Slot's the only Charlie that I fuck with as well. So can't you tell that I ain't never watching the rest? I just focus on my craft and do what I do best. And please holler Heath if you ever feel stressed. And thanks for your time, I had to get this shit off my chest, yeah.
Yo bro, it's Heath. I was thinking then in bed, maybe at the end we could have like a little bit from me that just says if someone's ever feeling anxious or down or just needs someone to talk to, I'm here, innit? Because that's what life's all about, man. When someone's down, you help up them. When you're down, they help up you. But yeah, if we could put that in at the end, that'd be great. I love you, bro.
I didn't want to tell everyone about it, so I kept it like a secret. Obviously, close family and friends knew. I kept it a secret.
My name's Luke Campbell, I'm 26 years old from Halifax, and set Andy's Man Club up in memory of my brother-in-law Andrew Roberts. And Andrew died by suicide back in April and left the family completely devastated, and we didn't want any other family going through this. And although we're not naive that other families are going to have to go through this as they have been recently, you know, we want to try to prevent as many as we can. And we set up this group basically for men to have an outlet to go and talk. And so far, just the group in Halifax alone, we've had 50 men, just short of 50 men. We've got a massive problem in our lower valleys, you know, the Myven Royd, Ebden Bridge, Ludden Foot. And what we try to do is get all them together, get them all into Halifax Town Centre, and we're going to create a human chain. Just for a one-shot photo, video, you know, a couple of minutes all together, just to showing that together we're stronger, and that's the name of the event, Together Stronger.
I lost my dad, it's coming up to 2 years at the end of this month, and that were all through mental health issues, turning to alcoholism and things like that. And you know, I think if there were a club, or if I had my awareness now, that it'd be able to be helped in some way. And so, if I can stop that same situation happening to one other guy, then that's, you know, what I want to do, what I want to achieve.
You know, we want to keep growing this to save more than one life. We want to create a culture that it's okay to talk, and that we want to change a complete social image on mental health. That's what we want to do.
We hope that, you know, this can be rolled out everywhere, because it's a global epidemic. It's not, you know, it's not just confined to Halifax. And yeah, just keep showing the support, because it's a massive problem. You know, it's been great to see the awareness and people, you know, the stories that come in. It's great to see that people really are embracing, you know, that it is okay to talk.
I realise that it's not just me. There is loads of us out there, and that maybe, like to nick the phrase, it is okay to talk.
It's okay to talk! It's okay to talk! It's okay to talk! That just happened.
When I first approached Elaine, it was about finding that one man. Just getting one man to stop one of our family going through what we'd been through. Hi, my name's Luke Ambler. I'm the co-founder of Andy's Man Club, a talking group for men.
He were a cheeky chappy, typical lad's lad, tough as nails, but I think probably had a soft centre. Andrew died early hours of the Tuesday, 5th of April, and the weekend prior to that he'd had an enormous falling out with his partner, and I just think he got himself into a really dark place that he couldn't get out of. And that's the sad thing, we just think he'd have talked to anybody to have snapped him out of it, told him what he were thinking were rubbish, he would still have been here today.
4 days after my brother-in-law Andrew died, I approached my partner and asked her about setting up a group where we could get guys just like Andy, myself, talking. 3 months after, I approached my mother-in-law Elaine at a wedding, family wedding, and asked if we could set up this idea where men could just meet up and chat, and together we came up with this concept, Andy's Man Club, a simple idea where men, like myself, like any bloke, normal bloke, could just meet and talk. You'll have that anxiety, that nervousness, that fear of judgment, but there's none of that when you come through the door at Andy's Man Club. It's a tea, a coffee, you sit down, a ball gets passed around, you have a chat, and you'll be amazed at what it can do for you, just letting some of that out.
I first heard about Andy's Man Club when it very first started. I was at one of the first sessions and I saw the post that Luke had been putting out on Facebook following the death of Andy about wanting to help men and setting up initially it was a coffee group for men that he wanted to set up, so to get men talking. I was going through quite a rough patch at the time. I'd ended up having to take some time off work due to my mental health, and I knew that I needed to take steps to improve it and get better. I now facilitate the Halifax group. I run a team of 15 facilitators who have all also been that one man that walked through the door that evening, and they now, like me, want to give back to Andy's Man Club and help the gentlemen that come through on a weekly basis, and it's one of the best decisions that I ever made.
Obviously there's been a lot more than that now, and we've been on a bus tour, we've met the Royals, we've had letters off Theresa May, you know, Lad Bible, all these cool stuff. Leeds United this week playing in Huddersfield Town wearing the shirts, you know, just reaching the exact demographic that we try to reach, and it's just about finding guys just like Andy who maybe have got that mask on, who feel like they can't take it off, they're going to be embarrassed or they'll burden someone, just to be comfortable a bit to take that off, and that's what I'm proud of. I'm proud that we have 800 plus guys a week being able to take that mask off and open up and still get to go home with their families on a night.
For me, I was going through a really difficult period of my life, and I had a mental breakdown in the car, and my friend had advised me there's a charity that you can go to where you can get help, and it's all confidential, so you don't have to discuss it with anyone you don't want to.
I first realised I needed help when I noticed friends dropping off. I didn't have as many people that I could rely on, I didn't have people I could turn to, and I started asking the question, what am I doing wrong?
I felt like I was going through a phase where I feel like I'm suicidal, but I don't want to die. I just want answers to things. I want my life to be a lot better than what it was at the time. I was sick of waking up every day and wishing I wasn't waking up at all.
Andy's Man Club has helped in loads of different ways with my problems. I mean, I was going nowhere in life. I had no aspects. I didn't aim to achieve anything. Andy's Man Club set me on the right path. It didn't change my life, it gave me a life.
It changed my life completely. It saved me. It brought back the Josh that my friends and my family knew. It gave me that spark of life, and then from there I made a bunch of, not even friends, but I made a bunch of brothers from the club, so I can now talk openly, I can talk confidently with anyone I want to.
If there's anybody out there that is struggling, I would implore you to seek help, whether it is through Andy's Man Club, whether it's through talking to a friend, talking to your doctor, whoever it might be, but don't keep it all bottled up inside. Do talk to somebody, it will help.
So all we need to do now is to get the whole world to realise that it is okay to talk.
It's okay to talk.
It is okay to talk.
all day. Another long ass time at work, all in pursuit of pay. Yo, I'm working all these hours and I'm trying to enterprise. Don't really gotta wonder why there's trouble in my eyes. So crack another can open, it's probably the millionth. Every single night, man, for months and fucking months. Family say that I'm troubled, that I need to talk to someone. Anger management and counselling, cop therapy for triple fun. But none of it impacts, nothing ever lasts. So I'm headed to the doctors for mood stabilising caps. Now I'm labelled as a head case, someone lacking mental health. Stigma attached to that shit, but I play the cards that I'm dealt. I just wanna get well, be that loving husband, be there for my kids, play an hour into dozens. I'ma later rest my demons, peace them out until forever. Make sure to wish them well with all their future endeavours.
I'm just trying to take one day at a time, hey, and trying to keep myself from going out my mind. Just trying to keep sane through the storms and the rain. Trying to find a balance through the joy and the pain, the laughs and the cries, the lows and the highs. I'm aiming for the sky, no I won't be denied.
Every desk should have a lamp, every lamp should have a bulb, every bulb should have a pot, every pot should grow a flower, every flower has a petal, every petal has a scent, every scent should have a memory of all the time I spent on a beat with no snare, on a head with no hair, in a wallet with no money, on a night with no cares. I'm sick of this life, I'm sick of existing, I'm sick of people lying when they tell me they miss me. Every step I take it's like I feel I've stepped into a prison, but every time I write it's like I need to be forgiven. Every line I've ever written builds a bar on the cage. Every beat I hear I write another bar on the page. Locked inside a room wearing nothing but a vest with a flickering 20-watt bulb, a bottle of Duchess, a scrambled VHS, and who'd have thought it, that trying to be adored at 4 in the morning could be so exhausting. Basic bitch asses in white Mercedes A-classes, they fucking boring. They're desperate and clamouring for a tension, but I got yawns when they try it on. They on that glamour shit, on that shake ass shit, that Instagrammer shit. If I don't get 1,000 likes then it don't matter shit. They sucking off Warhol for his 15 minutes, and he predicted this, and he'd have fucking hated it.
I'm just trying to take one day at a time, hey, and trying to keep myself from going out my mind. Just trying to keep sane through the storms and the rain. Trying to find a balance through the joy and the pain, the laughs and the cries, the lows and the highs. I'm aiming for the sky, no I won't be denied. I'm just trying to take one day at a time, hey, and trying to keep myself from going out my mind. Just trying to keep sane through the storms and the rain. Trying to find a balance through the joy and the pain, the laughs and the cries, the lows and the highs. I'm aiming for the sky, no I won't be denied.
Worries and anxieties a big part of my life. It started about 10 years ago. I didn't want to live anymore. I thought the world would be better off without me. I thought that maybe if I was to take my own life I could be with my child, but I was very suicidal at the time.
As a child it was getting bullied and not being able to say how I felt to people. To talk about the problems I went through as a child and everything that happened, I didn't want to.
My worries and anxieties started around the passing of my father in 2013. It affected me in my day-to-day life, it affected my job, it affected relationships. I didn't talk to my friends or family about my problems that were going on.
So the easiest thing for me was to not be here. It was a Sunday night, I think it was, and I knew I didn't want to be here, and I was planning that night to do something.
Thoughts going through my mind were how I'd be judged by people, you know, real bad thoughts about, you know, getting out of this life.
My worries and anxieties probably started a long time ago, but the most recent was last year. My cousin committed suicide. Very hard to discuss my problems at that moment in time, as I couldn't even string a sentence together.
I felt very alone. I had a lot of people around me. I know a lot of people cared, but just something instinctively in me just wouldn't open up.
I never spoke about it with anyone. The problems have kept them in all my life.
There's a stigma attached to around how a man should appear and what he should say. There's an ideal view of a man, and I think people need to break the cycle of that and just not conform to that.
I know a lot of men that have struggled generally, especially in the UK. I think not enough men talk about the problems.
The first step towards helping myself was joining Andy's Man Club.
The only time I first spoke about my problems was when I first went to Andy's Man Club.
I first sought help through Andy's Man Club.
It's saved my life, really.
My name's Luke Campbell and I'm the founder of Andy's Man Club. I believe male mental health in our country has for a long time now been stigmatised, and I always put out 3 stigmas: weakness, burden and embarrassment, and I think that's a lot of the reason why people don't want to speak. They feel weak to speak, they feel like they'll burden others, and with the lad culture we have with banter, they feel like they're embarrassed to give any vulnerability away. To any man out there watching this, it's not weak to talk, it's not weak to ask for help.
Steps that I've taken to resolve my issues. I've started talking a lot more to people. The importance of talking about how you feel is phenomenal. Talking's really opened me up to people, my family, my friends. It's turned my life around. I'm happier than I have been in my entire life.
No matter what, I talk about everything now. I won't keep anything in at all.
If I were going to give any advice, it's talk to whether it be your loved ones, professionals, your friends, and if you don't have any friends, reach out. You know, if you are willing to reach out, people are willing to help.
Getting guys in a room and opening up and giving people hope, giving people a lifeline, that's what Andy's Man Club's all about. My advice to any man out there is that you will get through this. At times you may think that there is no other way out, that relationship breakdown, that debt you're in, or whatever issues you're struggling with, that you can't get through that, but trust me, you can. I've dealt with enough people to know now that that cloud will pass. That roller coaster on where it just seems like you're going down, down, down will take a turn and you'll get back up. You just got to look up and know that the brighter times are coming, and I guarantee, reach out, it's okay to talk.
This is a story about an ordinary teddy bear. When he was made, they found something wrong with him and threw him away like a piece of rubbish into an old dark storeroom. Then, from outer space, a spotty man brought him to life with his cosmic dust. He took him to a magic cloud, where Mother Nature gave him special powers. That bear became Super Ted.